158.
It's 158, and the building has mostly collapsed.
The crane's gonna fall. The crane's gonna fall.
Oh God, that crane is so hot. The heat is so bad. We had to back away.
Our phone.
The phone got overheated.
The phone overheated.
And we had to restart the app. It was just so incredibly hot.
The 7-story building has now been reduced to maybe 40 feet with flames towering.
You cannot get any closer.
It is so hot.
The one thing that is good is that it dispersed the crowd pretty quickly. Everybody that was parked up along that ridge, everyone's mostly gone except for a few cars. That building is so hot. I've never felt anything like it. Our skin was burning. We tried to hide behind cars and it helped.
For a size comparison, just point it straight. This is a car right here, and that building is maybe 2 blocks away from us. Now you'll notice that the building adjacent to it across the street, that building is also on fire.
Multiple explosions happened, but the phone shut down because it was so hot. It was blue fire because electric lines had caught on fire, and there's more electric lines on fire now to the left. Oh, and the building next to it is now on fire.
So we have at least 2 city blocks on fire. Now, if you look over there, we have an auto zone that's on fire. If you look right here, we have a skyscraper that's on fire. And if you look over here, we have another building that's on fire. This is going to go down in history as one of the most destructive riots.
I don't even know how those people are up there because it's pretty steamy hot.
If you're covered up, it helps.
I had my mask on. It did help a little bit, but the heat was overwhelming. That even our phones, it had to start. It had to shut down.
It started to melt the rubber on the front of the phone case. Now, okay, you'll notice that there's debris coming down.
How's the signal? People say
It's good. It's good.
Okay. Let's go revisit the police corner because I wonder if that dispersed people. I mean, that heat could be felt for
hundreds of yards.
Yes.
Now, that's a good question. That crane is probably going to topple over, but it is not within distance of the precinct. If it falls, it will likely fall onto nothing, thanks to the goodness of the Lord.
Oh yeah, plug that in.
But this is just...
I think because it's collapsed. The heat, oh, there's debris now falling?
Yep, we've got debris at our feet.
The heat's gone down now that the building is pretty much collapsed, but it's a sight to see. I think that's the elevator shaft still there, but...
Yeah, it is. You're right. The elevator shaft remains standing. Also, yeah, it would be the firefighters could not save the building.
Oh, look up! All this debris. The phone can't capture that.
The Facebook live stream cannot capture how high the debris is going, but it's hundreds of feet in the air. This is a cataclysmic scene. This is cataclysmic.
I was hoping the crane would go.
I bet it will.
Somebody dropped that car into it.
Oh, someone has driven a car.
Zoom in on it.
Wow. We don't know what's happening here, but someone just crashed a car. Okay, charging stop, phone is too hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's black and it's flat and it's absorbing all the heat.
The wind's right here, so let's stay right here.
What if I cover it up a little bit? So our phone that we're using keeps overheating because of this blaze. Now there's a car that crashed into the blaze. It looks like it's a Ford Mustang. You can see it there in the center of the screen that crashed into the blaze and has not moved since. There's been a lot of drunkenness, a lot of drug use here tonight, so we don't know if that driver is conscious or inebriated or what the status of that is, but... Oh, it looks like another portion of the building is beginning to collapse. There's an explosion. Now guys, if the live stream kicks out, we'll bring it right back. But this camera just keeps overheating and turning off because the fire is so hot. Again, that is a 7-story building being reduced to ashes. For size comparison, yeah, you're right. You're right, another building has been ignited. Now that building is burning from within. That looks like arson. How is that building burning from within? I wonder if somebody got in there and ignited it.
No, someone was in there.
So,
a whole bunch of people.
We're hearing from a source off camera here that people were in fact in the secondary building lighting fires. So.
I've never seen This is like a movie.
That's what I was saying earlier. This doesn't happen in real life. So again, we've heard from a gentleman here that
Crane's going down.
yeah, we've heard from a gentleman here that the second building, that ignition was a result of arson. People went into the building and ignited it. I wonder if that's not what happened to the first one as well. Okay, you know what? I will back up a little bit. I will back up.
Let's circle around this angle because that crane's gonna fall. If you're sweating, you are red and sweating, and your glasses are steaming up.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna be a little bit narcissistic. So we're standing here by Target, several hundred yards away, and we can still feel the heat emanating from this blaze. And no one's covering this.
How fast that happened.
That was so quick.
It stayed like on the bottom and the second floor for a good hour or two, and
Yep.
then just suddenly just lit up.
Which makes you wonder if people weren't up in there. So that crane right there, you can see how tall the blaze is by judging from that crane. That crane used to be taller than the building itself. And yeah, again, for those of you who are just tuning in, we spoke to a man who said he saw protesters entering that second building right there and igniting it from the inside. So that's gonna be arson. That's insane that people did that.
If you look behind us, there's kind of a lot of spectators enjoying the show. We heard a lot of celebrating when that
motherfucking ground
collapsed.
right now.
Hey, this shit is real.
You want to get behind this vehicle?
Yeah, let's get behind the car.
Wendy's is more aflame now. Aldi's
I think somebody accelerated the Wendy's fire.
here and go behind this car here.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Only time in my life I wish I was shorter is right now. All right, let's see if we can get it to focus. All right. The crane is slowly bending. Yes, the crane has warped.
All those things, are they bad?
Oh, you have a mask. You wear that mask.
My people. Oh, what's happening?
How you doing?
I'm good.
We were hiding from the heat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this your vehicle?
Yes, my vehicle.
Oh, we apologize. You can,
It's good though.
we're using the heat shield.
It's good.
Yeah. You have a good night, sir.
I was worried someone's gonna break it or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We're
this
just
is
filming
good.
this thing. You been here all night?
About 2 hours, 3 hours, about 2.5 hours.
About the same as us.
Unbelievable, right?
Hey, you know, that building over there across the street's on fire as well.
That's the brick building too.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to catch a fire.
Somebody must have gone in and lit it. I talked to a guy that said he saw people going
fire
in.
on top, so maybe it has some sort of wood on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a brick building.
I know. I didn't think those could even burn. You know, the elevator shaft. You can see the elevator shaft right there.
That's
Hasn't
concrete,
burned.
Yeah, it's gonna stay there.
That's insane. I wonder if that crane's gonna fall over.
Yeah. You know the sad thing is, this is supposed to be affordable housing too.
No
mixed
way.
use, so it's supposed to be like low income people, medium income people. So this is kind of sad right now.
So,
because-
to our viewers, I'm speaking with a gentleman here who tells me that the building we see was intended to be affordable housing for low-income Minnesotans. That effort is now quite literally going up in smoke.
Yep. So it's supposed to be mixed use, both low income and income, full income.
That's a shame.
That's the same, yeah.
That's a shame.
So it is what it is, you know, what can we do?
Yeah. That fire started recently too. The Wendy's burning.
Okay. Why on your Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook Live.
Which one? The Wendy's burning?
Yeah, the Wendy's right there is burning,
gotcha.
and then that's been burning forever.
Yeah, where are the cops though? I mean, this is ridiculous.
The cops are protecting the precinct.
Yeah.
I think they don't want to clash with people. They don't want to
clash
fight.
people. I get it, yeah. But
But-
at least they could have turned, send the fire department to, they could have done it earlier. Earlier it was only about maybe here and here and here.
Yeah. This guy makes a good point. Earlier, the fire was only right there, and it
Right
spread to
there.
the building.
And it spread to the building. They
Yeah.
could have stopped that and saved this building right now.
And I don't think anybody would have protested the fire department.
No, they wouldn't. That's exactly right.
No one's got a problem with the firemen.
Nobody got fired with the department. Exactly.
Yeah. So this
So-
could have been
So
avoided.
this became basically hands off, let them do whatever they want to do,
It did.
and this is actually the result. So, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll move on. We'll come together as a people, as a nation, As a state,
I think this is going to have impacts across the entire
it's
nation.
going to happen entire nation. Yes, exactly.
This is going to drive the narrative.
This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's going to be every international news everywhere.
Yep. Oh, there goes the elevator shaft, folks. I don't know if you guys can see that on the Facebook live stream, but the elevator shaft, the steel elevator shaft, just collapsed.
Steel and concrete.
Steel and concrete elevator shaft. All right. Hey, thank you very much, sir. You have a good night.
Look, take care, guys.
Be safe. That guy told me that was supposed to be low-income housing.
Really? Wow.
Elevator shaft collapsed.
Really?
Yeah.
That crane about to go. Can we get the breeze is better over here. I just don't want to get
Yeah.
sick. I mean, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I can feel it. People say when you go to China, it's like the same thing. You feel the air. So, oh, wow. This fire is longer than we originally thought. Look at that. It spreads for... I don't think so. It's a pretty big gap. I mean, this is new, though. Somebody did that. That was not on fire before.
Well, actually, I don't know.
How would it, so earlier, oh, small electrical fire on the crane right there. So, all right, earlier you guys, we heard people talking about bringing gasoline and pouring that in buildings to ignite fires, and it looks like they might have made good on that promise because that building went up so quickly. We were filming the police, and the next second, the building was on fire. As for the National Guard, responding to some of these comments, we haven't seen any guardsmen. The police have also stayed in their one area guarding the precinct, and it looks like the crowd is dispersing. People are probably afraid of what happens next.
That heat dispersed people.
And yeah, that's true. The heat kind of scared people away. So we're going to go away from my face and back to the action now. So we got one building, two buildings, three buildings. Three buildings are ablaze. Just astounding. I don't even know how to narrate this anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The whole horizon, the whole skyline is on fire. Do you want to go around to the other side and see how far it spread?
No, it's just the air is so bad for us right now.
Yeah, I agree. This was AutoZone. God, you hear those explosions, guys. That's something else. Oh, looks like we do have a fire department siren over here. The amount of people we see just carrying away cases of alcohol. And
Why does it seem even darker over here now? Those lights are out.
It looks like they turned out the lights here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh.
I think it blew the whole block.
Yep, that's a good point. When we saw the electrical arcing over there as the building collapsed, we also lost the lights over here because the power lines were taken down. So it's pretty dark here now. We're hearing what sounds like fire department sirens, but we haven't seen any fire trucks yet. I don't think it's gonna.
The crowd is really thinned out in front of the police station. That heat really, you could feel for blocks. So
Yeah.
sad that happened, but it broke up the crowd.
It absolutely did. That's right. The building catching on fire and collapsing.
They're parking in the middle of the road. It looks like a
car
Fast
meet.
and Furious kind of good thing to get together here. But I mean, that's what reminds me of this street. It's a street party, you know.
This whole place has the aura of a street party bonfire, but the bonfires are buildings and the partygoers are protesters.
Businesses.
It's just insane. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, a 7-story construction project that was intended to provide low-income housing was ignited and collapsed moments ago. It sounds like we're going to get some fire department action coming from down the street. We got a car doing a burnout right there. There he goes. Jeez, I've never seen anything like it. This is a uniquely disturbing scene.
There are people hanging out of their cars with alcohol.
Yep. Every driver is drunk out here. We still don't know what happened to that car that crashed into the blaze. That could have resulted in a fatality.
I hope not. It didn't look like anybody was in it.
The car was running though.
I don't want to stand on this corner with all these cars.
Yeah, they're too visible. Definitely. No justice, no peace. Abolish the police. Okay. That's what that rhetoric has gotten us. So guys, here's the precinct. We've got some men on top. Oh, another loud noise over here. No, Mr. Houston, we're not celebrating. We're just broadcasting because Minnesota needs to see what's happening here. Yeah, April, I am too, because that car was running, and the next thing we looked over, it was crashed into the blaze. Oh, that was either a gunshot or an explosion. The crane is turned, and you probably can't see it, but there's a blue flame emitting from the crane, a little electrical flame. I don't know if that's gonna cause it to collapse or not. We sure hope not. Somebody could be injured if that falls.
This free, we all gotta eat. It's free, we all gotta eat.
It's a wine
Take
night.
as much as you need.
Appreciate it, thank you. Being called over here. It's just stunning. This is a stunning scene. Yeah, this footage is all backed up. Just for the interested media, this has to be backed up. Someone needs to document what's going on here. I don't really like doing these face cams, so I'll take it off myself in a second here. But, okay. Yes, we'll be careful. Okay, so it looks like the police are mobilizing a little bit down the street, potentially trying to put an end to this violence. Look at this. This bus stop, I can step through both sides of the bus stop trotting on inches of glass. Look at this, guys. It's like snow, something we're very familiar with in Minnesota. It's like snow on the ground. Here's the corner. The amount of protesters has dwindled. The amount of police has remained constant. There doesn't appear to have been any action between the protesters and the police. Amazingly, the number of individuals on top of the precinct has increased.
All these businesses in this corner. So the looting is still going on in the liquor store, but it's not stopping people despite the lights being knocked out by the fire.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
It's got to be dark in there.
The fire did knock out all the lights. I mean, the liquor store lights weren't fully on, but anything they did have is now gone. Tobacco store lights are now gone. That's a good point. That's a good point, Kyle. Let's look around. This is the fire burning behind us.
We're just sitting on a bench taking a break.
We don't even know what to do. Covering this tomorrow is going to be so difficult. Like, what do you include? What footage goes in the article? We don't even know how to summarize this event.
Lots of sirens behind us.
Lots of sirens behind us. You know what? I think we should double around behind Aldi and check out that other building that's caught on fire, because I bet the fire department's there. So we're gonna go for a little walk. It might be impossible, but remember, guys, the building to the left of the low-income housing tower was also ignited. A source tells us that it was ignited by arsonists who entered the structure. So we're gonna go around as far as we can. I think that's north, and see what we can see and assess the extent of the damage.
What is that? Oh yeah, what is this?
Jewelry box.
Oh wow. Wendy's is gonna go down next, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow there will be people that do not have jobs. Target, Wendy's.
That's true. This destroyed jobs.
Let's be careful. Maybe they won't let us through here. There's some riot police.
Yep. Can't go this way? Got it.
Oh, you're with, I saw you earlier. You're with the Axis. No, you're with, I saw your post earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yes, you're with,
Oh,
Axis or,
something like that. Where was somebody?
Vice.
You're with Vice?
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
Vice.
Vice.
Yeah, Vice is awesome. But you were with, like, Axis or whatever.
You're
TV.
with Vice News?
Yes.
Oh, so we found a Vice News reporter here.
You saw Axis, dude.
Nice.
Come on, what's up? Awesome.
Sweet, man.
All right, I want to get closer, but I'm not sure. I don't
So
want
yeah, we've encountered another reporter here, and we're both having trouble getting through here. We both
Yes.
want to go through and assess the extent of the damage, but police are telling us we can't do that, so we
Yes.
won't be doing that.
Well, it's a huge, giant-ass fire.
It's a huge fire.
And this was Target, I think, at one point, or...
No, Target is across the way.
Okay.
This was a AutoZone.
Okay.
This was an Wendy's.
Okay.
And beyond that, tragically, was a 7-story low-income housing tower that was under construction. People originally ignited pallets of styrofoam that were
Yes.
outside the structure. And then I'm being told by people who witnessed such a thing that
Yes.
individuals entered the building
Yes.
and ignited more fires.
This is Teddy. He's produced with Vice.
Nice to meet you.
Teddy.
And then beyond that,
Remember we saw him earlier.
there's another building that I was told individuals entered and ignited.
Yes.
So if we could get all the way around, that would be nice, but I don't think we're going to get that camera angle. No.
But this is,
How long have you guys been on site?
well, we've been here for a while. We've been here since the beginning, but we haven't been at this angle for a long. We have not been. This is really close.
So we were over there in the Target parking lot earlier. We went into the Target and saw that everything was totally removed. Every electronic, every pill from the pharmacy was gone.
Well, yeah, it's all gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Well,
Holy shit, man.
you guys have a good night. Stay safe out there. We're not with Axis. I don't know who that guy thought we were. That was awkward. Here we have a man speaking to police officers.
One bad decision, one bad judgment call. One person could have stepped up and stopped what was happening. Now this is what's going on. I really hope y'all make it home safely. Might not be tonight, might not be tomorrow, but I hope you make it home.
And also at the same time, the shit ain't coming live off my face, because I got fucking backed up like a motherfucker.
And I got my
Fire
hands where you
wall.
can see them.
Firewall. You see the firewall over there? You see that? That's the firewall.
Got police in the foreground and massive blaze in the background. Okay, so the fire department is on site now. Look at. The fire department is spraying the, what is that? Is that a Cub Foods?
There was something next. No, that was Aldi, and then I forgot what was down at the end of it. There's a couple businesses attached.
So the fire department isn't even attempting to put out the massive blaze. Instead, it looks like they're spraying preventative foam or water onto adjacent businesses in hopes that they will not also ignite. I agree, Evan Reed.
They're going that way.
Okay, so it looks like the cops are withdrawing their line.
Well, let's be careful here.
We don't want to push it, but if we are allowed to progress further, I think we should do so.
It's just too much. I do see other people there, but maybe that's what they're doing to get them out of the way. Oh, where are they going?
The cops are pulling out. That's actually kind of concerning.
They're about to back everybody up. Just a heads up. Everybody's gonna have to
Where are they
back
going?
up.
The cops all pulled out all at once.
They're still stationed in front of the police station.
Yep, the cops in front of the precinct
These guys,
probably won't move all night, but
maybe they're just moving the barricade. I don't know.
bicycle cops are gone. They're nowhere. This all night, right here, between here and here, has been a barricade, and that barricade has now disappeared.
So I wonder where they're going.
National Guard could be rolling in. But it feels like, why would they waste the resources? Well,
Well, do you want to, let's be seen. Let's go on this side of it.
yeah.
Let's not push it.
The ground is littered with rocks that were presumably thrown.
I'm surprised I haven't like twisted an ankle.
Yeah, I keep stepping on these rocks. I never saw a rock get thrown, but it seems like they were at one point.
I just don't want us to get sick, you know? We gotta be careful.
Yeah. Let's go down here. So folks, again, behind us is a massive inferno. Behind us is a massive inferno. Before us is a dark street with lots of looting. So we're gonna walk down the street and sort of assess what is to be seen.
I don't know, it's too dark. It's just more graffiti and more devastation.
We got a flashlight here. Good cops equals that presumably said dead there. So the street lights here are out. There are no more street lights because the power grid was disrupted.
That building in there, the sprinklers are going off.
Let's go see what that is. That's pretty interesting. So we originally thought that it was just Target. Well, you can go. We originally thought that it was just Target that had been looted, but we're now seeing that several blocks have come under. Everybody who's driving tonight seems to be intoxicated. So the street here, you can see the street is running with water. I'm stepping through inches of water as we approach this unnamed business that is just cascading. It looks like once upon a time this was a restaurant, possibly a hibachi grill. The water hydrants broke too next to the burning buildings. That's very interesting. Thank you for commenting. I was not aware of that. Here's a better view inside this building. Just destroyed. This one's untouched. The Integrated Staffing Solutions was not touched. Oh. That's MoneyGram. Oh.
No, nothing.
So this looks like a, is this a bank? Checks, cash, loans, debit
I
cards.
forgot how this place works, but yeah, there's money.
This is some sort of loan establishment, has been broken into. But it looks like it hasn't been, the safe probably hasn't been breached. Oh, all sorts of financial documents are laying on the ground. There's the blaze again, for those of you that haven't seen it. Yeah, Lindsay Fuller, I don't know either. It's been shocking actually the amount of that we've seen tonight.
Still standing.
The crane is still standing. For how long, we don't know. Hopefully it does not fall.
Down this way have been hit.
This was light earlier, and now it's been looted. So this is the 8th block.
It is on this side.
What up?
I thought I saw something.
Oh,
That was very, I've never,
gotcha. Isn't that a crazy feeling when your stomach drops like that?
I've never felt that. I thought he had something in his hand and
I've been in that
it was a
situation
bottle.
once.
Wow.
It's horrible.
It's like your life just flashed right there.
Yep. You realize all the chips are on the table. This building, the chiropractor.
Be careful, be careful.
Chiropractor boarded up.
Lots
Yeah.
of people still looting this tobacco store.
Poor tobacco store. There's gonna be nothing left in the tobacco store.
Bikes everywhere. There's trash everywhere. It's indescribable. It feels like a war zone.
I know.
We've never seen anything like it.
This does not look like something you see in America. Liquor store looting.
Stores still being looted.
A full beer by my feet here. Oh, just popped open. This street, this is the street we originally walked up. If you recall several hours ago, if you're a dedicated viewer, we originally came up this street several hours ago, and it's now totally dark. Totally
walk
dark.
Back that way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
So we're still here. The Riot Police have not changed position at all. They've been at a standoff with a much smaller crowd here now.
Okay. That's a gunshot. That was a gun. We're gonna go look at this. We just heard what I believe to be gunshots, several in rapid succession. It was about 12 or 15, about what a standard 9mm handgun might hold.
Hey, he gonna shot. There's my light, baby. There's my light.
Police are shining spotlights on protesters. Again, we just heard what we believe to be gunshots coming from several blocks down the street. The telltale thing about gunshots is they all sound the same, and they come in a quick but relatively
run on that.
space. It was way down.
Yeah.
There it is again.
Yeah, what is that?
That's, I actually believe that's a gunshot. Here's our water that we left several hours ago.
There you go. I'm good.
Don't know how much I trust this anymore. I'm not that thirsty.
I got more in my bag if you need some.
So,
Our viewers have dropped.
wow, our viewers just dropped to nothing. I guess I think we're over because we're talking about gunshots. Could it be signal jamming over here?
That is weird. That doesn't even happen at all.
Our viewers just dropped from 30,000 to nothing.
Hit finish. We'll come back.